SMTN.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Shin Megami Tensei Network, link 298. I am your host, Spencer Presley. Joining me in the new year, the new era, the new generation of SMTN podcasting in 2023 are my two special co-hosts today. My biannual host number one would be May. May, how's it going?
I'm doing well.
Now, what made you laugh more? The fact that I started with you or that I called you my biannual host?
It was the biannual. I'm like, is that a bisexual joke?
I was thinking... I meant that literally, as because you've been on the show 2 times in the last year, but then I thought you could take it whatever way you really want. Because I was going to start with Torrin, but I thought I feel more comfortable throwing the byline for May if I had to do a 50-50 coin flip.
Why?
You've just never given me a bi vibe, mysterious third guest.
Fuck, what are you talking about?
I know, but like you're like that one high school friend who like comes out as bi that like we all shouldn't think they're just saying it to say it, but we all kind of think you're just saying it to say it.
Spencer, you know what my threat is for my friends? Don't talk to me. I'll suck your cock dry. All right?
Well, hey,
I'm willing to go to the extreme.
Well, now that we know a good threat is up and coming and ready for us, mysterious host number 3, Torrin. Welcome back to the show. How's it going?
I'm here. I'm queer, and we're taking over this year.
You know what I was thinking about? Because people don't really care about the Try Guys anymore. Has anyone made a Bi Guys?
No, dude, stop.
Just think of it. Like, what if we took our central core group of friends and all just like committed to making a Bi Try Guys ripoff?
And then cheated on our wives, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is it really cheating if it's another gender? Like it's like you're just dipping your toe in the other pool. I'm gonna put money on this right now. There's probably someone out there in the world who's like unironically thinks this. I have my wife, I have my husband, and then I have my trans wife, and I have my trans husband.
That's literally the I have relationships with women.
It's the SVU clip. Torrin, do you want to give me your best Ice Cube? Thank you. I got news for you, buddy. That means you're gay. I'm gonna just somehow find a way now to sneak Ice Cube into like the corner of this thumbnail for the episode, and no one will know until like, why is Ice Cube on the thumbnail for the podcast? That's weak. Oh my god. Well, if you couldn't tell everybody, we've been extremely off the rails, but what other way to really start the show? Torrin, I'll start with you, because you've had the most life changes in the meantime. You've betrayed your Whataburger Midwest lifestyle.
Entire state of Texas, yep.
Yeah, you've been, I think you were annexed is the official term. Yeah. So you did a cross-country, Homeward Bound 3. What happened?
It's a shoot on site if I ever return. I just live in California now. That's the move.
You say it as if that's a thing people do. That's not.
Yeah, no,
you're not fucking Debbie Does Dallas. You don't just hop on the bus one day. I'm just gonna play TCGs all day. I'm going to California.
I just live. God, I wish I could, dude.
So, because I literally don't even know like the before, during, and after of the Californication. Like, what happened? Did the Red Hot Chili Peppers just really get to you one day?
It was a whole situation. It was a whole situation back home. I don't know if you want me to get into it.
Did your family vote you out Survivor style?
Almost.
Can you imagine we've got the entire Torrin clan and they're all like looking at the camera? I'm voting for Torrin.
It wasn't my family, but I was living with my mom, who lived with her boyfriend at the time. And
you got kicked out by the stepdad?
They had a big argument, so my mom and I moved out into a friend's place, and then they were selling that place. And by the end of that, I was talking to a friend here. I was like, what if I just moved there?
Now, was this friend Marcus?
God, I wish.
Yeah, how have you not just become Marcus's basement dweller, like, house husband?
Because I don't think Kat would like me that much.
Listen, Kat's living the VTuber trucker life. For all I know, she hasn't been home in 6 months.
Wait, Kat is a VTuber?
Kat's a VTuber. She goes under Cat Riel and also is a trucker. Is the best part.
Kat is a trucker.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I kind of imagine. Wait, yeah, didn't she already do that before?
Mm-mm.
No. Kat was a car salesman, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
No,
like,
Kat drove rental cars.
That's what it was. Same difference.
I'm the one who sold cars badly.
Yeah, Kat became a trucker like sometime in the past couple months.
May, I've got breaking news for you, by the way. Devin is also a VTuber.
No, yeah, follow Devin.
Yeah, no, she's in Colorado right now.
Absolutely no one can hear you because you are not on your microphone.
What are you talking about?
No one can hear you.
I might kiss you.
It literally sounds like you went to the fridge to go get like a fucking like hot dog sandwich or whatever.
Hot dog sandwich.
Like you split it open and put it on like a piece of Wonder Bread.
Please, I buy real bread like a man.
I do not. I definitely do white guy bread.
Yeah, we know.
But yeah, so you're out there now. What have you been out there for? Like 3 months?
We're in January. I think I came in at the end of September. No, I came in during September.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. It's pretty cool. I like it. You know. Sometimes the weather kind of sucks, but
now that's how I know you're really a Californian. You instantly went to complain about your good weather. Let me tell you how awful my 65-degree weather is. Really, really buzz-killing me today.
It rained all day yesterday, which blew.
It rains every day over here.
Yeah, literally complain to the most wet person in the entire trio.
It's cool. Like, weather-wise, it's cool. Like, it's not warm and full of fucking hatred.
Now, for any of our Texas listeners out there who may be curious, because you did the reverse Uno Joe Rogan card.
Saying, yeah.
All the California kids went to Texas, and you said, "Fuck this, I'm going to the libtard town."
You went to the other way, Bucko.
So, like, how does it feel going from Texas to California in reverse?
It's very interesting. Because, I don't know, I'm so used to the way, like, Texas is. Like, one of my friends here was like, oh, yeah, you can, like, honk your horn and, you know, fucking yell at the person in the other car. And I was like, I'm afraid to do that, because in Texas, you do that, someone's pulling a gun on you. Like, so it's like, oh, shit, dude. I'm so used to how Texas works.
I'm just going to say, I think pound for pound, because I probably have the most experience driving in both states out of all of us. California does have worse drivers than Texas, though. And worse traffic.
California has some fucking terrible drivers. The first couple of months I was here, when I would drive somewhere, I would almost always get into a car crash because somebody wasn't looking when they were merging into a lane.
I'm concerned how nonchalantly you just said the words "almost get into a car crash."
They were not looking when they were getting to the lane. They were just fucking stupid drivers. They just swerve off fucking left and right. Mad annoying. Shit's annoying.
Okay, well, as you are now, a couple of months into it, on a 5-point review scale, 1 being Rhode Island, 5 being Seattle, where would you put California?
Wait, I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say to me? Can you repeat that?
So on a scale of 1 to 5,
okay.
1 being Rhode Island, 5 being Seattle, where would you put it?
3, I guess. It's
okay.
Not bad.
Appreciate it.
It could most definitely be worse.
Oh yeah, I mean you could be in like Sacramento or something.
To be fair, there hasn't been a night where I'm sitting here on my computer and I hear an ambulance go by. And I don't know if where I'm at is next to like a hospital or something, but get your fucking shit together.
See, that's why you gotta do what I do. I moved next to a hospice, very quiet. No one is ever in a rush to get in or out of that place.
You're so right. I should just move next to hospices, of course.
So May, how about you though? You've not done. I don't think you've moved since you were last on the show. Have you? You're still in the same place, or no? Actually, I think you also did move, but not out of state.
Yeah, I'm still in the same state.
Okay. So what
I
have you
literally
been
just
up to?
moved like a block down for the last place.
Whoa, hey, that's big. That's important.
Closer or farther away from the hospice?
It was to be closer, but I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Interesting.
How's your life in 2022 treated you?
It was bad. No, it was pretty good. I mean, that's when I started like doing the whole transitioning thing. So
Whoa, hey,
that was
wait.
the only good thing.
Did you really start this year? I mean, I guess last year. That was when you started.
Yeah, it was in February is when I started taking.
See,
February is when I started taking. That's when I got my name changed.
That's so funny because I remember I was looking at old pictures of TaioCon 1998 with all of us there, and I remember pointing to Mary and I went, "There you go, that's me." I'm pretty sure they started back then. It was a slow start.
There's no fucking way.
I would love and imagine if whenever we get a chance to do an SMTN meetup and you can go to May, I hope someone who was at that TaioCon meeting goes there not knowing that you were ever at one before that they'd met, and just would that be is that a win if you've transitioned so well that someone who met you and should remember you has absolutely no idea who you are now?
That's a lot of people.
Well, I mean, in a good way of oh my god, I didn't even recognize in that kind of way, not the
I mean, yeah, it's been both ways. I mean, that's how it's been. Most people don't recognize me at all. A lot, even my mom doesn't. Because I remember I walked into it and she's like, "Who the hell is that?" And it's oh, it's me. Yeah.
Everybody see this stuff.
I think the one person though would be fucking Waffles. He wouldn't know.
Waffles, I think Waffles would have a nose for it. Waffles would be Waffles would be that smug guy we talked about before the show. Waffles would be the person who knew it. I knew it. 5 years ago, I had him pegged down. Yeah, Waffles probably has a... It's not a gaydar. What would we call it? What do you call a pre-transition, pre-dar?
Pre-dar. We just call it, I don't know, just call it the gaydar.
At that point, I just called it the gaydar, yeah.
You call it the queer dar, but that sounds fucking
I like
stupid.
to imagine that there are very accepting bigoted parents at the same time in funny scenarios in my head. If I was writing a sitcom that would get canceled after one episode, it'd be the son comes out as trans to the dad, and he's only mad that he's gay, not that he's trans.
Oh, that's literally just my family.
We don't care what your gender is, but how dare you? How dare you change these relationship values?
Same gender, you piece of shit.
It's the opposite for them. It's how dare you? It's we're fine with you being bisexual, but how dare you be trans? And it's just oh.
You know what? I think we've settled it. There's no way we can't not call this episode the Bye Guys. We've got to just call it that.
All right, call it the Bye Guys. Jesus.
It's a pilot. We're gonna pitch it to TLC, and we're gonna see if they can pick us up for a season run or not.
Okay.
I'm down for that. They'll buy it? TLC buys a lot of shit. Let's be real with ourselves.
They are the 90 Day Fiancé company, but they are also the same company who killed Batwoman. So you don't know.
My God, is it really the same company?
Yeah, Discovery is TLC and all that.
Holy fuck! I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So next time, if you're ever one of those people who get mad about all the stuff that HBO Max had to get written out of existence, just remember that the 19 different little people dating shows, those get to exist.
Hey, is MILF Manor a part of that?
MILF Manor is confirmed.
Oh my God,
confirmed to have been around because of a Batgirl getting killed. 100%.
God, it should have been me on that show.
I heard they actually got that idea of MILF Manor from the canceled Infinity Train movie. That's what they got it from. That's why they were we got to cancel Infinity Train because they were just going to have MILFs the entire movie.
It should have been me. God
damn it.
Now, here's the real question. Will MILF Manor, which, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, congratulations, we're about to ruin this for you. MILF Manor is basically just, think of what you think a MILF-only dating show would be, and it's that. But the thing is, this is where my head went right away when I heard about MILF Manor. It wasn't, are these guys just banging their moms? My first thought was this. How long until MILF Manor has a spinoff that is DILF Manor? Or, if they want to be really cute about it, they should just call it the DILF Dome.
The DILF Dome.
Dilf Dome. That'd be fucking sick.
That's a good one. I like that one. I'll tell you that much.
From the
Did you see the trailer for that show?
Yes, it's wild. It's got to be their moms, right? That's got to be the twist. It's their moms.
My favorite part is at the end. Yeah, they're like, "There's a big twist." And, oh my god! And it's like, I guess we're never gonna see it.
Or even better,
you'd probably would understand this reference more than like me. Like when I was thinking about that, like I think like this is like someone in America at like TLC saw those really awful Jav porn videos where it's like the guess where it's like guess which one's your mom.
What the fuck?
Like literally, Torrin, it's a game. It's like they do these like fake Japanese adult videos. That's like, here's your mom's boobs, or maybe it's your sister's. You've got to guess.
Like dad's cock. Which one is it? It's just like I don't know. And then like they'll get it wrong. And be like, oh, you're sucking your dad's cock. Might as well finish. And it's just like, oh my god.
What the fuck?
And I think honestly, for me, the grossest part isn't that like the fake like is it your parent thing. It's the fact that it's in a game show setting and no one's like, why did we sign up for this? Hey, you know what does happen in Japan? Video games. You know what video games we like to talk about in this show? A lot of them.
Japanese video games? Question mark?
But yeah, so if you guys may remember. By the way, this definitely is just going to be one of our worst and most fast and loose episodes ever, so if you stick through this one, congratulations. It's very slow for podcasts right now. But, yeah, so we are here to talk about Year 2 results for the SMTN Thunderdome, our Fantasy Critic League, hosted by fantasycritic.games. Not sponsored. But,
you gotta work on that sponsorship, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, the amount of people I literally had ask me in DMs after last week's episode, they're like, hey, so how much did Bandai give you to do that podcast? I was like, nothing. Like, you think, like, I mean, probably it sounded like it was a sponsored video, but, like, literally, it was just like, if someone came up to you and said, hey, do you want to talk about this cool TCG thing early? And I'd say, fuck yeah, like, that's it. Like, you don't have to pay me to do that. But yeah, so actually here, before we go over the results of the Thunderdome, because I've kind of talked to Torrin a little bit about this, but I was curious what both of you guys think, in a time's been away from the pre-orders opening up. How did you guys, think about the SMT Premium Bandai, listing popping up, like, right before Christmas?
I had no idea.
It's cool. I think what bothers me is that it's only in Japanese.
So, like, there are two main complaints that, like, I keep getting popped up, and I definitely get it. It's that it's only in Japanese, and it's that there's no European, like, shipping options and stuff. So Europe, there is a thing that is apparently supposed to be happening, maybe. But then the funny thing is, with the Japanese one, my thing is this.
We don't care about Europeans here, what?
Well, we're supposed to say we care about Europeans. That's what I mean, though. But, like, the whole thing with the cards being in Japanese is, like, I'm buying these to just have them as a collector's item. We're not actually going to be playing that game.
Yeah, for sure. I get that. But it'd still be cool to have it as, like, a play experience and not just like, hey, check out this thing that's collecting dust in my cabinet.
But it's like, that's every... As soon as any card goes into your binder, how often does a card come out of your binder?
Yeah, I just looked at my binder and you got me there.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like my whole thing with it is, and obviously I'm a little bit more biased because like I've talked to the people working behind it, but like they've very clearly stated since I've talked to them about this, it would not happen in English in any way, shape, or form, and we're lucky that we're allowed the ability to buy the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is basically, but the nice thing like about it though is like they're very receptive to like, hey, if this sells even remotely well, we will gladly do this in English.
Yeah.
And so since it's not like it's a booster box, it's not like the cards are randomized, you're buying everything and getting everything, I think it makes it a little bit more tolerable. But, like, McMahon, I don't think I've ever actually asked you, like, do you have any sort of, like, collectible cards, like, that you ever, like, picked up or, like, did back in the day? Or, like, what is your card backstory?
I never, like, got any cards.
Never into Yu-Gi-Oh? No Pokemon?
I just kind of gave up on it.
Sorry. I think I talked over you. You said you were into Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, and then I just gave up on it.
Do you remember when you gave up? Because I think there are two specific points for me that I gave up on Yu-Gi-Oh! One was Synchros. They lured me back in with XYZ monsters. And then Pendulum, I immediately said fuck off.
I gave up when... Is XYZ 5Ds?
No, 5Ds is Synchro. Synchro is complicated bullshit like Synchro.
I stopped there.
Yeah.
Spencer, are you telling me you didn't love pendulums?
No, I still don't even know. Like, I watch Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG videos, and I still don't even know how fucking pendulums work. I don't even know how Link summons work.
You're like, dude, I barely know the base game.
It's really funny. Like, I can't think of anything I'm still interested in as a franchise like Yu-Gi-Oh! That I don't have interest enough into playing it. Like, I never want to go back and play or collect Yu-Gi-Oh! But I am still interested in it as a franchise. It's very weird. Just because the idea of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Sounds like so incredibly unfun to me nowadays.
Well, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, because I have friends who play Yu-Gi-Oh! and I kind of keep up with it, is like, if you don't turn one, you're fucking wasting your time.
Yeah, the fact that you have to care about the meta is just such a turnoff to me. So May, the moral of the story is you are not missing out on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta as it stands.
Oh, definitely. Like, I gave up on it because there was so much complicated shit, and it was just like, it stopped being fun.
See, I thought you just saw a white card and had blind racist anger, and that's why you had to stop playing the game. It's like, get these white cards out of my deck! But, like, so for you, then, as, like, someone you're probably going to be the hardest sell on, here's this $150 box full of, like, SMT, like, cards and stuff. Like, what would that have to do to kind of, like, interest you at all? Is it a price thing? Is it just, like, I don't really care for it as a collector's value? Like, where does it land on the interest meter for you?
See, for me, it's the fact that it is an SMT thing. So it's like, there's the interest. And that it's a card game. Like, if there was an SMT card game, I'd probably start getting into it. Like,
okay, so because it's a one-off, it makes it less interesting for you, because it is just kind of a thing, not like you could go back to and start building decks and playing with people.
No, that's what I mean. If it became something more like that, I would get more interested.
That makes sense.
Like, if they, like, actually implemented, like, SMT gameplay into a card game from this, like, if it went further, then I would get into it.
Yeah,
Someone brought it up.
It's weird though, because like it's clearly trying to be like the old card games of past, like from the 90s and stuff. But I really think if they brought it back, they'd have to just start fresh, because like I read over the rules like after recording that episode and stuff with it. Like, you can play it in English now. Like, there's a like whole like there's a scan of like all the cards and stuff out there. Like, if you wanted to play the old like Resurrection of the Goddess like TCG, like you can. I just don't think it's very fun. Like, I think the SMT part of it is the most interesting thing of it. Like, gameplay-wise, it's interesting, but I think the IP it's attached to is probably more interesting than playing it itself. Whereas, like, I've talked about this with a couple of other things. Like, I love Final Fantasy, like, more than almost any other franchise out there.
You were just telling me about this the other day.
Yeah, it's like, I'll never play the Final Fantasy TCG. Like, I've bought a deck, I've bought some cards before, but it's like, it just plays like Magic, and I don't like how that plays. So it's like, even though I love everything around the Final Fantasy TCG, I never want to play it because it's just not like fundamentally fun to play. Weiss Schwarz has a ton of IP I love. It's overcomplicated as fuck.
No idea.
And kind of like I said, same thing goes for Yu-Gi-Oh! Whereas like I look at something like Digimon and One Piece, like I love Digimon and One Piece, but like I was gonna pass on One Piece until I played it, and I was like, One Piece was so fun to play. I was like, I actually want to collect this just to play it more than anything. But Torrin, you were saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, did you guys know that there's a SMT RPG book out there
Mm-hmm.
from like the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing back in the day. They'd have a whole bunch of different like D&D campaigns where you could just make your own like RPG.
Tabletop RPG. Yeah, I did not know that. I wish those were translated. Those would be fun to play.
I don't know, like, are those that's a tough one of like I'd love to do that, but it like makes me wonder like is that like are tabletop RPG books like are those hard to translate or not? Because I feel like it would just be pretty 1-to-1.
So the thing with translating is that you'd have to like get all the context for it. You'd have to fix it up right, and then if there's still stuff wrong like in the book itself on how like it runs, you have to change that up a little bit. Sure, it could be 1-to-1. It can't be that difficult, but there's got to be some busted stuff in that motherfucker. You know, like it can't all be easy and straight like that. It has to be difficult one way or another.
I have wondered to myself of like for like those like tabletop RPGs, I'm like, who are you balancing it for? Is it just to be like, is it so it's not too easy that it's boring? Because like for me, it's like I enjoy tabletop RPGs for the socializing. I'm never really there for the challenge of it.
So you're more for the role playing?
Yeah, I'm there for the RP. Give me the outfits.
So it's like you gotta have the balance of we can RP and then have fun, and then we can also have like our game, because it's both the person who's controlling the game weaving a story and then making sure that these people play the game not the correct way but perfect, like not busted as shit.
There's a really good, I think, recent episode of Bob's Burgers about running a D&D campaign, and I remember really appreciating it because it was a girl who was DMing a group for the first time, and it was the whole thing of imagine running a campaign for the first time you just made, and everyone's complaining because of how different and weird it is, but then by the time you get to the end of it, you realize, oh, it was so different and so weird that's why I kind of really enjoyed it as opposed to just being the same boring campaign or whatever you normally see in like fantasy stuff, where I usually think about that of like the tabletop campaigns I've had where I usually remember are just the really weird batshit like off the wall ones, as opposed to just like let's just pick up a copy of 4th edition and play something.
I think it's all dependent on who runs it and then what you get yourself into, because you can have a lot of fun doing whatever the fuck, but there's always going to be some weirdo most of the time.
I've somehow never had the chance to DM
there's a whole
thing in my life.
subreddit of RPG horror stories, and it's just people who are like, oh yeah, this person has just started becoming transphobic for some reason in the middle of our game. I don't know what to do.
Nothing more horrifying than transphobia, if you ask me.
It's weird. DMing is difficult, I'll be honest, because you gotta quickly think, because they'll break shit.
See, like, so for you guys, actually, May, have you ever done much like tabletop RPG?
I've never gotten the chance to actually play like a full game, but I've like created my character and shit, and like I've created an entire fucking story. You just never got to play it.
That is incredibly sad. We should like try to rectify that at one point. I was gonna say like my whole thing with it is like I love the socializing aspect of doing it, but I'm not like motivated to do it online. I want to kind of do that thing of like we're doing it in person at a table.
Yeah.
You ever see that those clips of Yoshi P when he played D&D?
Yes, those are awesome.
Dude, those were fucking hilarious to me. If you don't know, Yoshi P, creator of Final Fantasy 14. What is he? Head?
Creator.
I mean, you could say Yoshi P is the creator of the good Final Fantasy 14. I don't think I don't think anyone's gonna take credit from the OG 14 team at this point.
God, no. Director of 14, Yoshi P, was on a Final Fantasy 14 themed D&D like.
Oh, Torrin, what's Final Fantasy 14? Never heard of that. What
critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, what? I'd like to play it. How much is it going to cost me though?
Free from level 1 to 60, includes the base game, A Realm Reborn, and the award-winning expansion Heaven's.
Oh my god, what incredible value! How can I say no?
I'm gonna skin you alive. He played a D&D campaign based in the land of Eorzea that it's in, and he seemed like he had fucking fun. I think the first thing he did was he went up to someone and goes, "How much money you want? Or how much money do you have for me?
How much money you want?
How much money you have for me to help you?" He seemed like a great person to play with.
I would have appreciated if you just said, "How much money you want?" That would have been a lot funnier to me. Like, I'll give you as much as you want. Just can we end this?
Dude, I want to be the person that finds him on a server.
See, you know what the person I'd want to run into in 14 is, have you guys heard how much Uematsu plays 14?
No.
So,
didn't he finish get to Endwalker in 3 days?
Yeah, he basically picked it up like a crack addict and just has been marathoning the game, playing all the time since last year. He hadn't started playing it until last year. Which is funny because I'd have to remember, but I don't think he ever even played 11. So I wonder what it is about 14 that made him want to really jump into it.
It's the game.
It's the game.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'd say if you're talking about MMOs, it's the game. Yeah, it's the only good MMO to play.
It's the best Final Fantasy game.
I'm not one of those people. I love 14, but I'm not one of those people who say 4. Now, to be fair, preferencing, I've not beaten Endwalker.
7? Are you gonna sit here and tell me it's 7?
No, I'm not. No.
Spencer,
You know, I'm not a 7 blowjob boy. I put 8 above 7. I'm that weirdo.
Is it 10? I bet your favorite is 10.
No, it's not that.
I bet it's 3.
Oh, dude, you know I hate 3. You know I hate 3. You know what's funny? I forgot what it was. I was in Maka's SMT2 video, and I forget why I made this joke. I made a joke about how Final Fantasy III is the worst in the series. And I remember someone being unrealistically mad at me dogging on FF3 for one joke, which is because for me, not liking 3 is dude, FF3 is just it's the least personality any Final Fantasy game has ever had, in my opinion. It's just the most bland, vanilla Final Fantasy of all time, which is saying a lot because Final Fantasy 1 is basically RPG the game. But no, favorite's an evolving question. I would say it's probably, I would, in fairness, say I want to put 15 above it, but I'd say 15 and 14 are probably tied for first in my head then.
What the fuck
you putting 15 anywhere near 14 is crazy.
My God.
Yeah. Now, I also would put, I also think 7 Remake is amazing, but also the fact that 7 Remake obviously isn't a fully complete story, makes it a little bit harder to tell, but 7 Remake is also one of the best games in the series. That's less controversial, though. Everyone loves 7 Remake.
No. We're going to take a step back and talk about how you're going to put 14 and 15 next to each other.
14 is one of the most fun games to play with a really, really good, enriching world and story. 15 is an awesome story about bonds, brotherhood. The music's amazing. I actually don't hate the combat. I love a ton about 15. 15 is amazing.
14 literally has that.
I love 15. But I'm not putting it nowhere near 14.
Now remember, this is me, someone who's not played the last 3 expansions of 14.
I didn't play the last one, Arden or whatever.
No, that was Endwalker.
Oh, you're talking 14.
No, I'm talking 14. Trust me, I played all the 15 DLC.
Trust me, I'm barely getting to Endwalker.
He's walking real slow.
May, how much 14 have you ever dabbled in?
Me?
Yeah.
I've only gotten personally to the end of what is it, Heaven's Word?
Okay, that's pretty far.
That's a fair chunk in. I'll give you that.
I've played the demo.
Honestly.
But yeah, ranking Final Fantasies is so hard because it has to cover so many things in terms of gameplay, story, music, characters, nostalgia, stuff like that. That picking one favorite is so hard. Honestly, if you caught me 5 years ago, I probably would have said fucking Lightning Returns or something.
You know what? I would actually be okay with that.
That upsets you less than 15.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, man, one of the most magical things in my life. The fact that I got to be one of the first fucking nerds to see Lightning Returns. It was like the longest 24 hours of my life when I couldn't talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
My only regret is then, in retrospect, I'd wished I had asked other questions to the development team, because then at that point, it was so many other little funny things of just like, we didn't really know how much of a Majora's Mask ripoff it really was at that time. All right.
But at least it was better than Majora's Mask.
It's tough. Majora's Mask is definitely not perfect, but I mean, I love both for such different reasons, though.
I fucking despise that game.
I feel like that Majora's Mask is a game you either really love or really, really hate. Now, would you rather play Majora's Mask, or would you rather play Ocarina of Time? You can only pick two.
I'd rather play Majora's Mask.
I don't like any of them.
I know, but you can only pick two.
Time is such a nostalgia boner over everyone. It's not as good as everyone remembers.
Unless you're playing 3D.
If it was between the two, I would pick Majora's Mask, because I've seen and played Ocarina so much. It's like I'm just tired of seeing it.
Understandable. Well, now, in the spirit of fairness, since I'll be dragged through the mud then, so for you two, what do you guys say is the best Final Fantasy then?
You'd be surprised how very little Final Fantasy I play.
I mean, there's so much. So I'm not. It's like SMT. I don't ever expect everyone to have fucking played everything. Not everyone's like me.
It'll have to be 14 for me, because that's the one game that I've played and stuck with. Like, I've played and beaten 15 besides that last DLC. I've started 13 before. I've started 10. I've started 7 Remake, which May here bought for me.
Oh, I forgot I did that. Holy shit.
Was that on PS4 or PC?
That was on PS4 because it was still 4 exclusive.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, because you bought that. You bought that for him during quarantine. I forgot all about you buying him for that.
I have yet to play it, and I can now play it on my PS5. And you know what I'm not gonna do?
I'm not gonna... You fucking bitch.
No, I'll play it. I swear.
To get revenge, May, you should then just also gift him a copy of Third Birthday, make him 100% it before he plays anything else.
I don't even think I could do that. Those copies are like $300.
What? Is Third Birthday rare now? It used to be dirt cheap.
Oh, let me check again.
I'll look it up. But May, so what is your then Final Fantasy pick?
My Final Fantasy pick would have to be Xenoblade.
No, like a real one. It's like me. That's like me saying. That's like me saying Parasite Eve 2 is my favorite RE.
Yeah, it'd have to be 14 or trying to think of all the other like weird ones. I would say Stranger of Paradise, but I don't really like it that much. But yeah, it'd have to be 14. That's like my favorite. It has really good music. The story has made me very emotional. I like the characters in it, and I really enjoy the gameplay because it is kind of like, it's the MMO like style, the Xenoblade like ATB system cooldown shit. So.
Did you see the article recently with one of the writers who came on later in the project? There was an interview recently about how they came up with that ending for Stranger of Paradise.
No, I didn't see that.
So he was getting interviewed about another project, and then thankfully one of the writers was like, "Hey, well, I have you here, and there's been a lot of time since the game came out, because like if you've played Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise, it's very different than beating it, because that game's ending goes places. It's fucking wild. Like,
I did play it.
The ending of it is so weird that, like, I do appreciate, like, someone asking, like, how did that come about? Because, like, it's just one of those things of, like, I cannot believe that the game that we got with Stranger of Paradise is what they initially viewed in their head. You know, like, there's clearly, like, things changed along the way. It's a very cool interview.
That it looks so fucking dumb and enjoyable.
It's really fun. It's great co-op. If you ever play it co-op, it's great. It's great single player. Like, it's very, very fun.
Who the fuck?
That is third birthday. Did you find like that like $80 copy I also found?
It's like $100.
Must be a good third birthday. Torrin, did you know in the third birthday, Parasite Eve 3's third game, the way you indicate your damage is by how much her jeans rip?
No? What the fuck?
Yeah, so replace like the Dead Space like green health bar on your spine with just ripped jeans from Hollister.
Okay. I would get distracted very quickly, but okay.
I mean, even on PSP resolution, you'd be distracted.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know. I don't think any PSP game ever out-hornied. Like, this may be a hot take. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think the horniest game, like actually horniest game on PSP, it's got to be Peace Walker, right? It's straight. It has underage sex and male-on-male sex.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
His Paz.
Hey, you guys are gonna
Snake
hate me,
literally,
especially
he literally
me.
fucks her.
Guys, I've never touched a Metal Gear.
That's a lie.
This is where, that A is a lie, and B,
lie.
this is where if I was smart with my editing, I would have included that Skype hang-up noise. The boop, boop.
No, I've never touched a Metal Gear.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Sorry.
Hey, go ahead and
Please.
just leave.
No,
Let
please.
this become the real buy, guys.
No,
Get the
no,
fuck
no,
out
no,
of here.
The Torrin, this is why we know you're not a real buy guy. You real buy guys play Metal Gear Solid. That's all I'm saying.
Real buy guys.
You know, better yet, I'm
Metal
getting
Gear
the fuck out of here. I can't believe this shit.
Well, before we get the heck out of here, we do got to go over our results from last year. So we're going to go through the Thunderdome results, which I think we talked about 9 years ago at this point, because this is the most off the rails we're going to be all year, apparently. Surprise, surprise, I went from last place last year, which I think, like, there were a couple games that screwed me over, but, like, legitimately I thought I was going to lose again this year just because I got screwed really bad in the beginning of the year, but then thankfully made it up in the later part of the year. In second place was Torrin, and then May was third, which I think might just been low SEO for Natalie Mars. Natalie Mars just needed more videos this year. She wasn't really cranking them out like she normally does.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through like each of these releases. I'll say the score, because I think honestly the scores are going to be the more interesting part than really who won. Because like it was pretty close. I was at 226, Torrin was 194, and then I think at some point you went into a diagnosed medically induced coma, May, and have 155.
Yeah, it was yeah. Actual points is 110.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me dock 40 of those. 110. So, my first one, and again, I won, but I'll tell you what, this is not a victory like I'm super proud of. I feel like I got a lot of the safe ones. You know? I got God of War. I got Horizon. Those scores didn't really surprise me. Actually, I'll say this. I actually thought God of War might have scored a little lower. I'm surprised how high God of War Ragnarok scored. Was anyone else here surprised?
I actually was. I thought at least it'd be like an 87.
Yeah, so the fact that like 93 led to 26 points is pretty fucking insane. Like literally, if I didn't have God of War and like fucked up on one more thing, like Torrin would have won. Like that's how big of a lead that was.
I wish there was another form of Dragon Ball The Breakers that came out that you got.
Oh my god, Dragon Ball The Breakers, Jesus. We'll get to you. Here's a weird one that like I know has kind of been divisive. Who here besides me played Ghostwire Tokyo?
I've played bits of it. I own it on my PS5.
I haven't even touched it.
Why did no one play this game? I'm like it's I like it. I know not everyone loves it.
Yeah, no, it's super interesting, and I do like it, but I very rarely touch my consoles.
It's just like it's so weird. Of like, it's like it feels like something that should finally have made Tango Gameworks more mainstream, but somehow it feels like less people than fucking The Evil Within 2 played it, which is really saying something. Not good. Because I got a 76. It reviewed pretty whatever, and its fan base has kind of not really ever gone anywhere that crazy. Next for me, I had Triangle Strategy at an 83. I feel like, for me, I think Triangle Strategy is like the first one of these HD 2D games that was like, oh, this is just good. Like, there's no, like, buts about it, you know? Like, Octopath, I feel like you would say it's good, but it had some problems. Like, Triangle Strategy kind of seemed like to me is like the one that everyone was like, yep, Triangle Strategy, very good game. And let me guess, I'm the only one here who played it.
Yeah.
Boo. You know it's on Steam.
I
it's not just on
it.
PC.
Yeah, I want to play it.
It's on Steam. It's not just on PC.
And Switch. You know what I mean.
Yeah, you just said that.
So, sticking with the boring picks. Oh my god, I forgot I picked Dragon Ball The Breakers. Did I lose a bet? What happened?
Yes, that's why I said it.
I thought you picked Dragon Ball The Breakers. That's embarrassing.
I said you get it.
Well, we're not there yet. GT7, honestly, I honestly would have thought low 80s. I'm surprised it was 87, but as one of the only people here who play GT7, that's a great game.
I forgot that game came out.
It's literally like one of the best, like top 10 best-selling like games of the whole year. It's very good.
Oh my god.
It's got Idris Elba rapping in it. What more do you need?
Does it really?
It's the first thing you do in the game. You race around a track listening to Idris Elba rapping about cars.
Is it his actual music or is it like
it's his music?
Made, like, I mean, his older music.
No. Him and a bunch of other artists collabed on a song. Like him, Fanatics, and a couple of other different artists.
Oh, okay.
They made a song that's just the equivalent of for 4 minutes Idris Elba going. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Is he doing English accent? Or
English accent, very thick.
Okay, cool.
Does Idris Elba sing with an American accent ever?
No, I just wanted to know, like,
that would have blown my mind.
Does he drop the accent? What the fuck?
Welcome to Gran Turismo 7. I'm Idris Elba. So, next up we've got Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Honestly, I kind of thought I would have reviewed higher, but I know that was another weird one of I feel like people either loved it or didn't play it at all.
On Game Pass now.
Fantastic value. Splatoon 3. Who here played Splatoon 3 besides me?
I don't have the money for that.
For shame on all of you. One of the most underrated campaigns of the year, I'll say that.
Buy me a copy then. Shut the fuck up.
No, because clearly people buy you copies of games. People buy you copies of games, you don't play them. And now I've got a couple of questions. What bet did I lose to pick Dragon Ball The Breakers? I lost 12 points on this thing, averaging at a 55.
I don't know what
I think you just
saw in that game, dude.
Yeah, I think you were just like, you have high hopes for it, and then...
I am optimistic.
That's when I counterpicked it.
As you should have. That was a smart counterpick choice. DNF Duel, I didn't lose points, but I'm not going to lie. Like, who here remembers DNF Duel even coming out this year? Seriously.
I do.
I don't remember because there was an update recently.
To turn the game back on? Like, what was the update?
It was like they were adding one new character.
Yeah, something tells me that game's not going to get revitalized coming to Switch.
Coming to Switch?
It just announced it. It's getting crossplay and coming to Switch.
Does it have rollback yet?
I don't know. It launched with rollback, but I don't think the Switch one will have rollback. P4AU, I'm going to be honest, I love Ultimax. I think I was lucky to get 9 points.
I think because that game didn't come out with rollback, and then they were like,
it could have launched with rollback, but I just don't think enough people reviewed it who cared.
Lobbies were PS4 exclusive or Switch exclusive? I don't remember.
PS4 only.
Sure.
And then was it all getting rollback? I don't remember if all of it was getting rollback, and they were like, "Oh, Switch doesn't get rollback."
Oh, good question, guys. I will be seeing in person for the first time ever Todd Haberkorn, famous actor of Show Me Nizuki. What is something stupid I should bring him to sign?
A picture of him and Vic Mignogna together.
I
literally see that picture.
I could do that. Be like, what do you think?
Let me give it to you right now.
Do you have like do you just instantly already have a picture in mind?
I literally took... Oh, here it is.
You pulled this out so quickly.
Fuck, dude.
I don't know why Vic now looks like he's wearing that like dress that people argued if it was blue or gold. You took this picture?
Yeah.
That's so
That
funny.
was a soccer cup.
So what? I always forget about this. I know Todd. I know Todd Habercorn also had allegations thrown at him, but why did nothing ever come out of those, and only the ones with Vic came up?
Because the ones with Todd was just that he slept with a girl and just wasn't nice, and that was just it. It was like personal beef. While Vic did more heinous shit.
Everyone, look forward to our upcoming interview with Todd Handsomecorn on the SMTN podcast.
Probably doesn't listen to this episode.
Oh yeah. You think listening to 9 hours of the Bye Guys and the fucking trans sitcom pitching didn't scare him off?
You think Erin still listens to this?
Oh, for sure,
God, no.
for sure, because I actually keep in touch with her. I know that she is.
way.
I know that she has listened to this show before. Unfortunately,
No, dude, that's so bad for these people.
it'd be a funny one though. I've still never. I don't think I think like Sean Chiplock, I had a chance to meet in person, but I never.
Didn't he used to be a part of the group.
Well, he just killed his
Yeah.
Facebook. So, like, technically, I'd say
Yeah,
he
that's
still is in the
yeah.
group. He's just not on Facebook.
Yeah, like a long time ago. I just remember he used to be a part of the group.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're gonna. That's gonna be one of my earliest questions for him next week when I see him. I'm gonna say, "All right, Sean. So why are you too good for us now? You get that Zelda?
Yeah.
You get the Zelda money, huh? You too good for us now? You got the Zelda cash?
Better than us, huh?
he became fucking Ryan Schwartz or whatever the fuck his name is.
Who?
Just left us. Ryan, Trails to.
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking maybe that was the name of the dude from like because he's like one of the protagonists in like that like one of those really long isekai animes. I always forget the name of.
I was about to say Familiar with Zero. That's not it. It's the one with the fucking twins.
Yes, it is the one with the twins that Dylan has a boner for. I always forget about that.
Yeah.
What?
Trash.
Did you see Trash?
Yeah.
I gotta get more info on this. What the fuck? Am I
If you
listening
just Torrin, if you'd message Dylan right now and say who are those anime twins you have a boner for, he will definitely say.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me open Twitter.
Rin and Rim, I think their names are.
No, they're gonna rim all right. They're gonna
Rim
rim.
and Ram?
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be rimming and ramming.
Hey, hold on. Send me a message.
So
Hey.
while we're doing that, God, I totally forgot all about the. I forgot all. Like, I remember. See, like, May, you reminded me of the Todd allegation things, but like, I think it's I always wondered in my head like, why did that never go anywhere? But like, to be fair, like, I think at this point, no matter where you land on the whole Vic Mignogna situation, it is definitely like you've got to admit, like, even if you're him, it's definitely a Streisand effect of like. It probably wouldn't have been this bad if we didn't make it as big of a thing, like, whenever it started. So, next up, speaking of things that are bad, I somehow thought Crossfire X was going to be good. I blame Remedy for that. I lost 17 points. That was
I don't
rough.
even think
Sick
I don't
ass trailer.
even think you lost it, dude.
What do
It
you mean?
says ineligible. I don't know if.
But, like,
it
what's
says
the
you
what's the
didn't get the
last
points.
game Remedy made that was bad?
Whatever the game was before.
Their last game before this was Control.
Oh.
And their
Yeah.
last...
The people who make Control made fucking Crossfire X.
Yeah, well, the single-player content, yes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was a bad bet. Surprisingly low, MLB The Show 2K, MLB The Show 22 only got me 7 points. Honestly, another surprise, Chrono Cross I got 6. Considering how bad that port was for Chrono Cross, I'm kind of surprised it got over a 70. Like, that was a really bad port.
What was wrong with the board?
Well, you know there's a lot of dick suckers out there.
That is true, I am one of them. Chrono Cross is a great game.
Also, Yasunori Mitsuda's music carries that game.
It does carry, but no, Torrin, like, it's a PS1 port that somehow on PS5, a native PS5 version, runs at sub 20.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's very bad.
What the fuck?
I think the reason behind it, like, people kind of sussed out was because it did the FF8 thing of they replaced models, is that it's trying to run the game It's trying to run the game basically 2 times on top of each other, because if you turn off the updated graphics, the game actually goes back to 30 FPS.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's very weird. But thankfully,
Game that released?
Yeah, thankfully Square Enix did put a little bit more care and TLC into Live Alive, which fantastic.
Live Alive?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Live Alive. Let me guess, another game I'm the only one here who played?
Fucking white.
No, I never played it.
I wanted to.
I have it, though. Haven't played it.
That's a Switch one, right?
I'm surprised it's not on Steam yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be, like, at the end of this year.
Don't say EGS, because I swear to God, you're going to doom it.
No.
Oh, no, definitely it's going to be on EGS.
Like, well, it'll be on it, but it won't be an exclusive, though.
Hey, May, you better start running. I'm after you.
Okay.
Another surprise Spencer pick, Klonoa, got me like 8 points. That's another port I feel like people completely forgot about this year. Not as much as people forgot about fucking Switch Sports, which got me literally a measly 1 point.
Damn.
Embarrassing.
Crazy.
I like Switch Sports. That's the sad part. Like people,
yeah, it's fun.
Didn't it not have boxing?
It still doesn't have boxing.
Yeah.
It was golf. Golf took
it
9
really
months for golf to come.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, my list got weird and sloppy towards the end of the year. Like, I don't know why I probably picked Trails from Zero just because I knew it'd be like easy point bait. That got me 13 points.
I had bangers all throughout the year. How does this motherfucker win?
Because I picked God of War and Portal and a bunch of easy ones, and Last of Us.
I'm chasing after you.
The Diofield Chronicles getting me a 0.6. I'm not upset by. I'll just say that. Not upset.
What the fuck is that game?
That's the game made by the Monarch team, the Lost Dimension team, written by the Fire Emblem Awakening guy, and then looks kind of like Fire Emblem, but by like Square Enix Tactics-y, that kind of stuff.
And it's 50% off on Steam right now.
It's very good.
Baby.
It's got a good demo. Check out that demo, everybody. Diofield. Don't sleep on it.
Is it Dio or Diofield?
I call it Diofield.
Dinofield. This has got mixed reviews. I don't know if I can trust you.
Well, that's why I say play the demo. The demo's just the opening of the game. Let's be honest.
I vaguely remember this.
Who thought that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet would have landed on a 72 before release?
It had promise, but
did.
because of the way it came out, it
Also, who got Pokemon Legends this year?
I didn't.
Oh, I think actually we were too late. I think we started this late January, and that's why we couldn't do Pokemon Legends.
Legends was last year, though.
No. Legends was January 2022.
Legends was 2022.
Oh, shit.
It was just so early on, it felt like a game from 2021.
Okay, but yeah, Salt and Sacrifice, 5 points. I feel like nobody played that. That was the sequel to Salt. God, wait, what is it? Salt and Sanctuary. Forgot what the original was. Portal Companion Collection, that was just super easy bait. I got 25 points for that. It's Portal 1 and 2. How are they going to fuck that up? Last of Us 1, 18 points. Modern Warfare 2?
Can't believe it.
Modern Warfare 2, literally, like, only getting 5 points. I'm like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, Call of Duty always reviews weird, so it's hard to tell. I don't know who counterpicked me for Cowabunga Collection.
I did, because I thought it was never coming out.
Oh,
like 2
yes.
years in development or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was a weird one that they took for, like, we literally didn't know that was coming out till like 2 months beforehand. That was a really weird one. But yeah, that fucked you on that one. You lost 10 points on that one.
That fucking fucked me hard.
Tactics Ogre? I don't know how it reviewed that highly, but I got 14.7 points from Tactics Ogre. And then I'm
It
gonna
was a remake, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna. It's not a remake.
Yeah.
It's basically the PSP port. But
I mean,
like,
they had voice acting and shit in it.
it's not very good voice acting.
But it's voice acting.
I know.
It's an old ass game.
I'll say this. I don't know what this says about me. I'm legitimately shocked. Crisis Core is a 79. I would have thought at least 80 for Crisis Core Reunion.
You've been
It'll
playing
probably
it.
go up.
It's very, very good. I will say this. Also, interesting point. I was looking at my counter picks. I was like, why did I counter pick River City Girls 2? I was definitely in the Torrin camp. If I was like, there's no way this is coming out, and then hilariously it came out like 1 week before the end of the year.
Have you played it yet? I know you're a big River City.
I love River City Girls. I actually haven't picked it up yet. I'm going to import whenever I actually have cash again. In Asia, they have a physical copy that has River City Girls 1 and 2 that's literally cheaper than to buy River City Girls 2 here in America.
That's dope. It was on Game Pass for us, so I played a little bit of it on Game Pass.
No. River City Girls 1 is on Game Pass. 2 is not on Game Pass.
No. River Cities isn't on Game Pass anymore.
I thought it was. Either way, but yeah,
but it's not on anymore.
Have not checked out 2, but I hear 2 is just 1 but bigger.
That's nice. It's good to hear.
But yeah, that's it for me. Torrin, do you have your list pulled up? Do you want to go through all of your goat picks?
Yeah, I got my goats of the year. First pick of the year, Elden Ring. I knew it was going to be GOAT. Came out, the GOAT.
Did you know it was going to be 95? Did you know it would have been that high?
It's a fun software game. It's gonna be good. Name a bad one.
I'll say this. I'm excited for Armored Core 6. I could see Armored Core 6 not reviewing well next year. Well, this year.
Yeah. And then I picked Sifu, which was a weird one because it only came out on, at the time, PS4 and EGS.
And PS5.
And PS... No, I don't... Was it 5?
Yep, PS5 port.
I guess it's PlayStation, yeah. That got me 80... No, that got 10 points out of that. That's crazy to me. Because I expected no one to play it.
Sifu's like one of the biggest games this year.
Yeah. It's also coming to Steam. I learned that one.
I heard Fighting Game of the Year from some people.
I have no idea. I picked Marvel's Midnight Suns very early on in the year before it got delayed 8 times throughout the year. Somehow it came out. I have no idea.
I think more surprising than the fact that Midnight Suns came out is that it didn't suck.
It's so fun. I love it. I haven't played it in a while, but it's so fun to play. Got scored 82, 12.5 points. It's solid. I like it. You obviously have your favorites who you play with. I picked Dying Light 2 Stay Human because I had high hopes that it was going to be an actually good game. That scored 75. How is it bad?
Dying Light 2, I think suffers from it's not bad. It launched buggy, so it reviewed lower than it probably should have. Because everyone I know who's played it has said it's very fun, but it is buggy.
I don't know. I love Dying Light. I have yet to touch Dying Light 2. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. Total War Warhammer 3, 86 scored, 16 points. It's a Warhammer game. It's a strategy game. It can't be that bad.
I don't know. I feel like that's a very optimistic thing to say. There's actually quite a lot of underwhelming Warhammer games. But yes, as of late, there have been a lot of good ones.
As of late, their Warhammer games have been phenomenal. I heard that Darktide is kind of hit or miss.
Darktide is good, but it definitely feels like it's early access. You can tell why they delayed it on everything except PC.
Yeah, so that one I'm probably gonna, because I love the Vermintide games. I'll probably hold off on that one for a couple of months at best. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. I don't know what I expected from this. I just kind of picked it, dude. 72 critic score, 2 whole points, baby.
I just like that the only one who hasn't played it is the one who picked it. That's what I like about it.
I don't know. Cuphead, the Delicious Last Course, didn't get points for these because Spencer took away expansion packs.
Yeah, I'm stealing them.
Run it back. I swear to God, if I had this, I would have won. And if we had, what's the other one? If we had the Crossfire X, he would have lost.
You wouldn't have. You literally wouldn't have won if he had it.
I shut the fuck up. I picked Replace. That one also got a new trailer recently. But that got delayed.
That's the Cyberpunk one, right?
Yeah, that's the Cyberpunk one. That got delayed because of the war in Ukraine. Sorry. Special Operative Force in Ukraine.
Wait, what?
Russia hasn't called it a war yet, because calling it a war indicates that it's a war.
Yeah, because you can't have a loser. You can't have a loser in a special operative. But if it's a war, then you can have a loser.
So that got delayed till next year. So nothing. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, 78 critic score. I also have yet to play this one. I don't know. I thought it looked okay. I know Spencer had high fucking hopes with it.
I loved it. It was a weird mixture of it was a great playthrough that has almost no replay value once you beat the game. Like, once you do everything in the game once, unlike other Borderlands that are meant to just be rerun, it doesn't have, like, any replayability factor. It has, like, the worst DLC.
Isn't Tiny Tina supposed to be based off of a D&D campaign?
It is, yeah. The whole game,
value?
the whole game is with the perspective of you're playing a D&D character. It is a very fun game.
And it doesn't have replay value.
It's like the D&D aspect comes from your character that you're making in your build, because like it all has really amazing character customization of like building your character and picking your classes and having multi-class setups. Like the D&D aspect there works really, really well. It's just, yeah, for whatever reason, it felt like they had a really good idea for a game and a bunch of DLC, and they crammed it all into one game, and then they went, oh fuck, but we have to charge for DLC, and then all the DLC felt half-baked.
That blows. That really does blow, actually.
But I mean, like I said, it's the base game. If you just want to have a great single-player game to play, it's awesome. Just don't go in expecting it to be like Borderlands 2 and 3, or even 1, where you're going to be replaying it over and over and over. Like, it's a one-and-done game.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I just won't ever pick it up. My next two games didn't come out. Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals, and Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Both delayed probably because of the Ukraine situation.
Definitely only one of those. Oxenfree 2 is not delayed at all because of that. Oxenfree is just...
I know Stalker 2 is because of the Ukraine situation. I don't know about Oxenfree.
Oxenfree was a situation of... They got bought by Netflix, and Netflix probably is giving them a lot more money than they were going to have before, so they probably just want to take more time with it.
Oh, okay. No, that I did not know at all. What's after that? Shadow Warrior 3?
God, I forgot that came out this year.
72.3 critic score, 2.3 points. I think everyone forgot this game came out this year.
Because that trailer was fucking garbage.
Do you remember that game?
I don't remember that trailer.
I don't know if anyone here actually voted for it. Do you guys remember Trek to Yomi this year?
Yes, I do remember Trek to Yomi.
That was made by the same team as well. Flying Wild Hogs also worked on that as well. Both of those, I feel like not a lot of people talked about.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, 86.6 critic score, 16 points. Is it crazy how in this year we got two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games?
I think it's more crazy that they're both great and they're both through completely different companies.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Did you play Shredder's Revenge?
I do. That was an instant day one Game Pass. I've actually been holding off on picking up the physical copy because they just released a PS5 version of it because I've got to play my 2D pixel games on PS5. But yeah, I played through the entire game on Xbox. It was fantastic.
I played it at a friend's place while we were hanging out, and I swear I was high out of my mind, and I don't know what I was doing. I don't think I was contributing that day.
Well, you know who was contributing? It was the RZA, because what other game is going to have the RZA in 2022? And that's Shredder's Revenge.
That's Shredder's Revenge. That game was really fun.
The RZA's going to be in... Wait, what?
Dude, the RZA is the final boss OST. He lays down a track for the final boss in Shredder's Revenge.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, like the soundtrack to Shredder's Revenge, even if you don't care about TMNT, like it's fucking awesome. It's got T-loops. I think Mega Ran did a track for it. Yeah, it's got RZA. Like the opening, I think is... Fuck, I forget who did the opening for it, but like some popular like alt band like did the opening for TMNT. Like Shredder's Revenge has an insane soundtrack.
They got Ghostface Killer?
Yes, Ghostface Killer at the end.
So sorry. Afterwards, it didn't come out. Advance Wars 1+1.
Boo! Man, Torrin, you got fucked by Ukraine on this one. Ukraine really screwed your list.
They really did, dude. What the fuck? God damn it, Russia. Afterwards, Gotham Knights. I don't know why I picked it.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised you only lost 1 point. I would have thought that reviewed worse than that. And then Torrin died?
Hold on.
Who is that? This sounds like a girl.
Oh, see, dude, I knew it. I knew the bi guy thing wasn't true. He was just fucking the guy, Mister the cis boy, sissy boy over here. You know, it's really too bad that like you can't spell the word sissy with a C out loud. You know?
That's what I call cis people.
No, you don't. You do not call cis people sissies.
I do.
I need a text of you having ever said that without any joke.
Afterwards, I picked Tunic. Did you guys even play?
Tunic is one that I'm like, I've heard nothing but amazing things about, but I just have not played at all.
I haven't played it, but I just watched somebody. It was only on Xbox, wasn't it?
No, it's on PC.
I mean, it was only on like Windows Game Pass.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think so. I have no idea actually. I just know it's on PC. Afterwards, and honestly, I'm surprised this didn't score any lower. WWE 2K22.
It was still okay game.
Yeah, I mean, everyone I know who played it was like kind of like, oh, it wasn't ass.
Better than last time. Soul Hackers 2 got me 70 scores. God, I'm having a stroke. 74 critic score, which, are we surprised? Was it good? Was it bad?
I liked it.
I haven't played it yet, so.
God, May, what a fake fan you are. You're fucking over here playing goddamn PS1 games all day.
I am SMT'd out. I literally played every SMT game last year and was just burnt out.
All I'm saying, May, the title isn't SMT. It's just Soul Hackers. I'm just saying.
My next two games are Warhammer games. Warhammer 40k, Chaos Gate, Demon Hunters. Who fucking?
I think that is a fake game you put on there. I don't even think that actually came out this year.
I've seen it on the store page. I think it's the XCOM like one.
Yeah.
Critic score of 81. I don't know. I have no idea if this game is good or not.
Wait, I thought Darktide was still early development.
Darktide just came out in December, early access, but it's paid early access, so it is kind of like a release.
It's an unfinished game.
Yeah, but it's also on Game Pass, so it makes it kind of less shitty.
My friend really likes it, but he's also a fucking 40k spaz, so I don't know. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, 90 critic score, 20 whole points. That's 5 whole points below Elden Ring. Can you believe that?
That's another one. That's like a Portal collection. It's like we all expected Stanley Parable to be easy
really good.
points.
I own it. I played it 10 minutes. I was like, this is the same game from fucking 8 years ago or whatever. Who cares? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. That's a fucking name. That one's fine. It's okay. I played a bit of it. It's All-Star Battle.
I mean, they made some interesting changes to it. I think it was a weird... I think actually 72 seems low for me, but I do think they did some interesting changes. Because, like, May, did you play All-Star Battle on PS3?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? What happened?
You like... You called stuttered. You sounded like a fucking transformer or something.
I'm glad I have 2 different audio recordings happening right now. I'll have to go back and check that out. I'll have to see what it said, because I just said that normally. But yeah, I was just saying, like, in the sense of, like, I think All-Star Battle on PS3 is a fun but not great fighting game. I think this does a good job to make it have a little bit more life. The only thing I don't like about All-Star Battle R, I think charging for DLC characters and then having them come out so late after release is a weird choice.
So fucking long, dude. When's the next one? It's in like February, maybe.
I mean, it's whatever. Bandai is literally still fucking supporting Naruto to Boruto the game.
There's DLC characters for this?
Dude, they added new characters to the base game, and there's a whole second ass new season pass.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I thought you liked JoJo's. What's going on?
I mean, I do, but I wasn't paying attention to the games and shit. Like
fake fan over here.
I guess I am, because I still haven't watched Part 6, and that shit's over. But that's more Netflix's fault.
Well, listen, we're high class culture people. We're over here waiting for Steel Ball. We're all waiting for Steel Ball Run, the real anime second coming of Christ.
You ready for them 3D horses?
Dude, all I know is I've never been more excited to root and holler for a crippled guy on Netflix in at least 3 years.
I'm saying, dude. Wait, what was the last movie?
Take your poison. I'll let you. I'm sure there's some crippled guy movie that came out in the last 3 years.
Afterwards, high expectations when we saw it at Summer Game Fest. fucking terrible reviews. Callisto Protocol.
I still want to
came
play
out a
Callisto.
buggy
I don't
piece of
think
shit.
Callisto's a bad game. I think I would love Callisto, but I just haven't picked it up yet.
I have no idea. I might. I have no fucking idea. Afterwards, I picked a stupid easy one. Persona 5 Royal PC Edition.
I don't like that.
94 critic score. That's crazy to me.
Did you guys see that, like, fucking PC Gamer called P5R their PC RPG of the year?
No.
I saw that, and I literally, and you know this, I'm not a PC gamer. I'm not even someone who even jokes about being into PC games.
Mr. Laptop
That's
over here.
actually insulting, in my opinion, to all of the other new RPGs that came out this year, that you would pick a fucking 2019 port as your RPG of the year. Like, you're seeing really no other RPG was better than a port from 4 fucking years ago?
These people are just stupid.
I mean, it's like, it's a weird one, because it's like, yes, Persona 5 Royal is a great game. It's a great port on PC, but, like, literally, you're going to look me in the eye and say everything else that came out that was new didn't have anything else better? So wild.
What?
Final Fantasy 14's right there.
It is literally right there.
Right there. Cyberpunk. No, it came out last year.
They could have even given it to 7 Remake, for fuck's sake.
Someone behind me? Sorry. Afterwards, I picked Saints Row, which was...
You had some awful final picks. What happened to your end of the year, man?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I picked that early on, and then that came out, and I was like, this game fucking sucks, dude. What?
I remember how excited you were for it, too.
Oh my god, I thought it would be at least okay. But it's not. Sucked ass. 63. I got minus 6 points on that. Anyways, Cult of the Lamb afterwards. I'm surprised I got that, and I'm surprised it, like, for an indie game, it got so much traction.
It's the Devolver Game of the Year. Every year there's one big Devolver digital game that makes a lot of money and everyone plays. Yeah, it's Devolver.
Huh. I own that game. I didn't realize it was Devolver. What the fuck?
Alright, I need you to explain, what the fuck is Steel Rising?
You know? I don't know.
This screams to me, I had $5 left in my budget and one slot open, and I'm gonna pick anything I find.
I think I got that mixed up with the Pinocchio Dark Souls.
Oh,
game.
Lies of P? No way,
definitely.
dude. Lies of P's gonna fuck.
I think I got those mixed up. I've seen
Yeah,
Still
it's
Rising.
literally just a puppet fighting.
I think Still Rising is in my Steam wish list.
Well, I'll be wishing for more points if I was Steel Rising.
I could not tell you what it is.
May, do you
Maybe
have?
this is also a Souls like. I couldn't tell you.
May, do you have your list up, or do you want me to read off yours?
I got it up.
Okay, you want to go and read off yours?
He sounds like a car driving by, dude.
I sound like a car driving by?
I wish we could record that, dude.
I'm so glad that I'm recording you. So I'm recording what I hear on my end and what you guys should be hearing. So I'm gonna have to like make a note and see what the fuck this sounds like to you guys.
Oh my god, dude. It's so funny.
Come on, guys, we gotta hurry up. I gotta fucking prep for my next podcast. I got the Impulsive show recording next after this.
Okay.
I gotta go record a fucking Chevy next door.
All right, so like, before I even start, I like to say the reason why I chose a good amount of these games is because of leaks that said that the games are going to come out in 2022, but the developers just decided to fuck me over that. So, my first game was to steal from Spencer, and I took Monarch.
You did the reverse cuck. You were about to fuck my wife in front of me, and then my wife just got like 30 pounds uglier to everyone else except me, and I didn't really care that you fucked her in front of me. Like, I'm still sad I didn't pick it, but I'm glad I didn't lose out on anything in the end. It was like the most neutral cucking I've ever had in my life.
And I got a 66.6. which is really fitting for that game.
Nice.
Minus 3.4 points, which I was like, wow, I didn't think it would get that low.
Me neither. Like, it was... I mean, I blame that on there probably wasn't many reviews, because remember, it came out literally the week of fucking Elden Ring. So, like, there weren't a lot of reviews out there for it. Like, I would say Monarch is at least a 7. If I'm being completely fair. It's at least a 7. It's not below a 7.
And I also think it's just the fact that when these type of games come out, people still look at them as, ooh, Persona Light.
No,
it's just like...
they're not. Like, the only people who do that are, like, the people, like, the only times I've ever really done it is if I'm being fucking clickbaity and I'm streaming the game or something, but, like, their ads are never being, like, from the makers of Persona. At least in America.
No, I don't mean the devs and stuff and, like, the publishers. I mean just the people in general who go to play these games. I
don't know if you saw this recently. There was an interesting... I don't know if it was a video or what it was. But LaRue had posted a video like a week or two ago, and I thought it was an interesting take that was like, I hate when devs who used to make SMT and Persona games make new games and they talk about it and it's hyped up. Because, like, in my head, I'm never going into these games expecting just Persona again. I'm just excited a dev I like their work on is making something new. Because, like, there was a Kickstarter game, like a visual novel, one of the old, like, SMT writers worked on finally came out. And I guess he just really wasn't a fan of it or whatever. And I just thought it was, like, so funny. It's like, I don't know, man, like, for me, unless it's, like, insulting to my intelligence... I would take a 6 out of 10 new game out of nothing any day of the week. Like, I would at least... I'm glad they tried something new and it wasn't just Persona 2 again. But that's just me.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like Caligula. That was great.
Yeah, Caligula's fun. It's a fun 7. It's swimming in 7s. It's not the same thing you've played before. It has tropes for sure, but it's unique enough that it stands on its own. It doesn't feel like you're just playing Persona 1 again.
Yeah. The second game I picked was Forspoken, and then it got delayed like 3 times.
Real talk though, because Forspoken's like 2.5 weeks away from releasing. I'm probably the only one here who's played it. I'm probably the only one here who's played it and is interested. Yet. What do we think this game's going to review? Because, like, if I'm optimistic, I hope it gets an 8.
I think 75.
High 70s, low 80s.
I just really hope that dev team doesn't get fucked by this game, because I could see this game coming out, awful reviews, and like 7 people buy it.
I feel like the game is going to be fun, but the story.
But are people going to buy it though? Because remember, it's only on PS5.
It's on PC too.
PC's not launching in January though. It's launching only on PS5.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, it is PC eventually, but the PS5 is the only SKU it's launching on.
It says release date Jan 24th, 2023 on Steam.
Yeah.
On Steam?
I literally just put it on my wish list.
On Steam.
Hold on. It's on my wish list. Get that shit out of here.
This game
apologies. I'm sorry. I get the exclusivity rules between that and 16 confused. 16 launches only on PS5 and then eventually will be on PC. But yes, Forspoken is on PC.
Fucking it up. Which one's 16?
It's the one where I think you get in a fursuit and you just yiff, whatever that means.
What the fuck?
Hey, speaking of fursuits, what was your third game, May?
My third game was Bayonetta 3. And it scored an 85, which is really good for a trash-ass game.
Damn.
But, yeah.
I have yet to boot it up yet, so I can't talk about it, sadly.
It's a fun game in the sense, like, there's cool shit that you can do in it.
I will say,
it's just like...
I kind of wish that there was at least one thing about Bayonetta 3 that, like, we could all look at and go, oh, this is why it took so long. Because, like, obviously, like, we know why the production was so long, because, like, they had to downscale it a lot. But I guess, like, a part of me just kind of wishes, like, it would have been really cool if, like, we just got Bayonetta 3 and it was just some fucking balls to the wall, crazy something different, and that explained why it took so long. Because, like, Platinum is just not that development team. They're not that team.
They're not. They're really not. But yeah, okay game I'd say. But like I haven't even beaten it yet. Like I got.
Oh, you're calling it whack without even seeing the ending, because everyone I know has seen the ending. You either love it or hate it.
Oh no, I've seen the ending. I just haven't gotten there myself.
Okay.
But I played the game and I was just like, it's not fun anymore.
Damn.
And like, I just kind of gave up.
This is why the feminists were all mad. They took Bayonetta from us.
And then my fourth game was Stella Glow. That was kind of a joke one. But
Was
then
it?
A part of me
Was it kinda?
like, believe. That's what I mean. Like at first I was like kind of doing the bit, but then I was like, I kind of feel like it might actually happen.
You were manifesting it into reality.
Yeah, there was like Mikage's like working on shit because you already know they fucking gave up on Criminal Girls X.
They're working on Criminal Girls Triple X now.
And I don't know. I just felt like we've been getting a lot of like I forgot the name of these type of games. They're not turn-based. What would we call them? Tactical RPGs. And I was like, I feel like a Stella Glow remaster for the Switch would be coming out or something. Like I just felt something like that. And I kind of still feel that now. Like I feel like it'll either be a remaster or like here's a port or something this year. But who knows? I didn't get anything for that. Hello? Wait.
Still here. We're just listening.
Okay. Jesus Christ, it got really quiet.
Well, we take Stella Glow very seriously here at the SMTN. Sorry, the Bye Guys. The Bye Guys take Stella Glow very seriously.
And then my next one was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Same score as Bayonetta 3, which is surprising.
I forgot that game came out this year.
Yo, legit, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is one of the best games this year. An amazing game. I would actually say I would score it higher than an 8.5. That's a fucking great game.
I forgot it came out this year. I don't know if I'll ever play it.
It's a fun game. A horrible multiplayer, though.
Because that's what you're coming to Kirby for.
No, I mean, like, usually most Kirby games have fun multiplayer.
Yeah,
like,
most Kirby games are not 3D.
Yeah, but they could have done better.
Yeah.
It's just weird how, like, the multiplayer in this game is literally, like, little brother mode, you know?
It is. They did make girlfriend mode, definitely, for Kirby.
Yeah, basically. Then the next game was Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I haven't even played it yet.
It's great. It's really great.
I like the first
one. I
one.
assumed it would have been great, but it's really funny how, like, literally after doing that, I remember we were talking, like, wasn't there something going on with, what is it, Ubisoft? And then some shit happened, and then the game kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm not, my perception on it is wrong, but like it felt like the advertisement for this game kind of just disappeared.
There were, for me, constant ads. I got constant ads all over YouTube for this one a lot. So obviously, like, online ads are always like a harder thing to get, but it sold well. It charted that month. Like it's busted well over 1 million. So like I'm sure, much like the first game, it'll have legs and continue to sell. Because actually, ironically, in Japan, it launched in December. In Japan, it launched with really, really poor sales, and then. What was it? And then after word of mouth, the game's actually been selling better every week since it launched in Japan.
Is it gonna have DLC?
Yeah, it's got a whole season pass already.
Is it a Donkey Kong one?
No, Donkey Kong was the first game. This one's gonna have Rayman.
Oh,
he's finally back,
shit.
baby.
Is he gonna be the villain?
No, he's playable. You'll be able to play as Rayman.
We should be able to fight him first.
You know what? There'll probably be like a Rabbids Rayman you'll have to fight.
No, just give me Rayman.
I am Rabbit.
Just give me Dark Rayman.
Dark Rayman.
Give me those fairies. The fairies that show up, the thick ass fairies in the game.
Just for that, you're gonna get like Globix, like the big blue guy nobody likes.
I like Globix. He's kind of cool. The next game I picked was Final Fantasy 16.
Lock it in, baby.
Yeah, that shit got locked in.
Hey, who pre-ordered that like $380 collector's edition?
Not me.
I played the 5th.
Oh my god.
I also pre-ordered the collector's edition for the Pixel remaster.
That one I knew you did. Because you posted about it, yeah?
I did. I didn't have shame
So
about...
does that?
Oh, yeah?
I was gonna. Does that like Pixel remaster thing like kind of like set in stone that we're not gonna get remakes of 1 through 6?
Well, they are remakes of 1 through 6. Or do you mean like 3D remakes?
Yeah, 3D remakes.
I would say for 1 through 5, definitely. But I think 6 would be very much up next because the current path is 9 is getting a remake announced / probably released this year. And then 6 would be the only one left that would like warrant a 3D remake.
Not 8?
8 got the remaster. 8's a messy one. I love 8. 8's messy.
Or like 1? Like I feel like 1 should get a remake.
8,
Yeah,
dude, yeah, I was gonna say 1 is Stranger in Paradise. What are you talking about?
Stranger of Paradise is a prequel to 1. Like that doesn't count.
Play the DLC, chump. That's all I'll tell you.
No, that isn't. That still doesn't count. That's literally before Final Fantasy 1 starts. So
Whoa, spoilers, dude.
I don't care. We all knew. Shut
Dude,
up.
are you telling me that? Are you telling me? Hold on. Are you telling me?
Yes.
Are you actually telling me to my face that Jack Garland is related to Garland from Final Fantasy 1? I won't believe it. I won't believe
God.
it.
I
Jack
can't.
Final Fantasy himself.
Jack.
He
Final
literally might as well just be called Mr. Final Fantasy. Like the fact that like his last name is just Garland.
Did you find it fucking crazy that the face of Final Fantasy now is that guy? Like,
I'm happy. The fact that Nomura included him for the 35th anniversary, like,
yeah.
I love it. It's just buzzcut Paul Walker is just fucking the mascot of Final Fantasy right now, and I'm all here for it.
Has 4
But
pictures,
I
and it's
do
one of them
like
is
Jack,
that
though.
guy.
I feel like Jack kind of has the same like feeling that Noctis had at first when he first showed up and people didn't like him.
I would say,
But then, like-
unironically, I posted, like, Jack is the best, like, one of the best Final Fantasy protagonists of all time. Unironically.
Yeah. He's just fun, and I can't wait for him to show up in like Dissidia or something, or like more.
I've already said this on the Discord, the SMTN Discord. We have a lot of Jack heads, is what we call us. A couple of jack offs over here. So
Got a couple of jackheads in chat.
I would say he's a guaranteed lock to be a super boss in Kingdom Hearts 4, and most likely DLC or something in 16.
That'd be dope. Like he would fit for 16 because he's basically Dante. Like his whole.
Why didn't we
class
get
would-
a Strangers of Paradise collaboration on 14?
The game sold really bad. The game sold extremely bad.
I thought you
15
got his
it.
outfit.
Why can't? Did he? I have no idea. I
Hold
got
on.
15th outfit.
I swear you get his outfit.
car.
14.
No, I don't think so. If you do, it's probably in.
I mean,
Endwalker, which I'm not
14 also
fucking with.
doesn't really do like they took like 4 years to have Nier finally like 14's not known for having like timely collabs. So I'm sure Jack will be in there eventually.
No, they are not. No, they are not.
No, they did because they did one with Monster Hunter when it came out.
Oh my god, they did do it with Monster Hunter. That's my favorite fucking raid. I forgot. It's not even a raid. It's just a boss.
And then they did one with Nier because Nier 1.4 was coming out, or 1.2, whatever it was called.
1.254738653217892. Yeah.
The collab in Final Fantasy 14 is canon to Nier.
As it
Yeah,
should
that
be.
I remember.
As it should be. But yes, next up, not Final Fantasy.
The next game. Actually, no, this is Final Fantasy. Rat. This is Rat Final Fantasy. A Plague Tale Requiem. Got an 83.7, 13.7 points, which great. It's a great game. Really fun. Rats. That's all I can say.
Rats off to you?
Next game. The next game was King of Fighters 15. All right, yeah, that's 15. And it got an 80.2, 10.2 points. I haven't played it yet, but it looks fun. It improves a lot from 14, and it's a fighting game. It has rollback. It's fun.
Of course.
Yeah. The next one was River City Girls 2. I have not played that yet. Honestly, the more I look at River City Girls, I feel like I probably won't like it.
Damn.
But I have to play it. and then I just say that because of the fan base around it, and they annoy me.
There's a fan. I mean, I know they're popular, but like I've never.
It's a small fan base.
Are they just like loud, or like what's the?
They're not loud. It's just like they're just weird.
I've never been like, oh, I'm a big River City Girls fan. Like I've never run into that before.
Yeah, it's just not. I wouldn't say bad weird, but it's like, it's just to my.
Is there who would you like compare it to? I would say.
I would compare it to Miraculous Ladybug fan.
Oh, okay. No, I understand that vibe then.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I wish I knew what that meant.
Do you know what Miraculous Ladybug is?
I know what it is, yes.
Have you seen the fans?
No.
Okay, so do you know who Christina V is?
No.
You do, okay, you just don't know you know her.
I would say anyone who's a fan of her is literally the fans of River City Girls. Like those are the type of people that I'm just like I kind of get annoyed with.
I get that.
It's hard to explain, but like
no. I'm getting you now. Yes.
When I look at River City Girls, it's like it's really fun. It looks fun, but I also have that like maybe I shouldn't, but I just gotta play it.
It's too bad your next game wasn't fun.
Yeah, which is really sad. The next game was Rune Factory 5, which had high hopes. Yeah, got a 69.7. Almost cleared it. You know, got 0.3 points from that. Or didn't get that at all.
Sorry.
Rune Factory 5 should have been the game, but it's still garbage. So, yeah, they really. You know what they need to do? You know what NIS America needs to do, actually? They need to just start giving their shit to other companies.
What do you mean?
Or merge with someone else. Like, to make Rune Factory 5, just give it to Nintendo.
Well, that's not them. That's Marvelous. That's not NIS. That's Marvelous.
Yeah. See, that's why I get confused with these two.
I was going to say, NIS has a bigger budget than Marvelous does.
They were getting very confused earlier when they were talking to me about Disgaea or whatever the fuck.
Oh, look at this guy over here. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but Marvelous, they need to do that because like Marvelous, they don't have the titties to carry them anymore. So,
well, yeah, their benevolent leader got fucked by uppers and left as he rightfully should.
Not uppers, dude.
He got fucked before uppers. Like it was way before that.
By the way, because the last time we talked about we talked about this was with Patrick was on the show. We talked about Samurai Maidens. I need to ask him. I've heard not great things about Samurai Maiden. It does not look like it's going to be this. Does not look like it's going to be the Senran Kagura savior we all hoped it would be.
The fuck is Samurai Maidens?
It's a Senran Kagura knockoff by D3.
That's just gonna be trash.
Well, it's already out.
Yeah, this looks like trash.
Hey, speaking of trash people forgot even came out this year, literally cannot believe AI2 came out, and I've already forgotten it.
Yeah, that was my next game. Was I was Nirvana Initiative, 86 score, 16 points. Yeah, it came out. Did they come out in January or February?
No, that was a July. That was a summer game.
July. Okay. But yeah, we knew about it for 2 years though. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. So it was just like by the time it got there, it was crazy. I haven't played it yet because I still haven't even finished the entirety of the first game.
That's where I'm at.
I've never played the first game.
What I've learned is like when you start the second game, they ask you, "Hey, did you play the first one?" If you say yes, they're like, "Good. This has nothing to do with that. Like, you don't even have to play the first game."
Yeah,
there'll be some things, but it's like it's not important to the story they're trying to tell.
Which honestly, for a series as niche as that is, that's smart, and hence why it's not called AI2.
Yeah, but there's the next game, which it's okay. So, okay, no, I'll go on.
Come on, get it out.
You know what's a game? You know what's a game you don't need to play, but you should play because if you don't play, you're gonna be fucked up. But even though don't really have to, is Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah. What he says. Greatest game of all time. Greatest game of all time. I fuck that at the 88. That shit
Yeah,
was
real
90.
talk. How did that not bust out a 90?
Like, to me, this was better than Elden Ring. I haven't even played Elden Ring yet, but like Xenoblade 3, it is a culmination of all Xenoblade or all Xeno games, I should say. And it's just like the music is great. The music in this game is fucking fantastic. Have any of you guys played it?
I have, and it is 100%. It is 100% one of the best.
I haven't even touched
one of the even if you don't plan on playing it, you deserve to listen to it. It is one of the best soundtracks of the year, hands down.
How did you feel when you first fought D?
My thing with it, because I remember I've only really dabbled a little bit because I wanted to still go back and finish Torrin too. Everything I've touched with it and I've played with it, I've been incredibly impressed with. My thing with it is like I pretty much just wanted to dabble as little as possible with it before I like really sunk my teeth into the whole thing.
It is an amazing game though.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the music is great. Like there's like battle music for almost every encounter that's different. So like, you don't get the samey shit when you go to different places, and it's really cool. And like I said, it's a combination of both games before it. It even has like shit from Cross, and it's really great. The story is amazing, and that's what I say. Like how is like, oh, you don't have to play the game. While Xenoblade 3 is like you really don't have to play the game because they set it up the way where it's just like you can play these games in any order.
But if you do,
yeah. But if you do, then you get what they. There's a whole like more shit to it that it's like I feel like them saying you don't have to play it was kind of a lie, or just like I guess for new people, because for old people they like the way they made the trailers. They made it to where it's like people who played the first and second game would have expectations for it, but then the game literally destroys those expectations and makes you feel like shit because of those things. But makes you feel like shit in a good way. Man,
I need an hour-long video review of you rambling about beating Xenoblade 3.
It is a great game. So, like, the final boss fight is the greatest boss fight of all time. People hate it because they're all bitches. They say it sucks compared to the first and second game. No.
I'm not gonna lie. The final boss in Xenoblade 1 is fine. It's not great. It's okay.
It's okay. Xenoblade 2, it's okay. Xenoblade 3, everything revolving around it is the greatest thing ever. The build-up to the final boss is amazing.
My big one I always do, if people are even half interested in Xenoblade, is always pimp the music and also say how 10 out of 10 the fucking cast is. Because the cast is also what carries it. The cast is great.
Definitely. Greatest game of all time. I could go on for a long time about this. Xenoblade is really great.
May, did you cry at all? Did Xenoblade make you cry at all?
Dude. Yes. Like, I didn't cry on stream because I had makeup on, and I was just like, I don't want to do that. But you can see me like turning red and shit.
Man, do you like Mega 64 videos?
I don't even remember who that is.
Really?
No, actually, no, I do remember that.
I was gonna be like, damn.
Wait, I may be wrong. Aren't those the guys who did the Evangelion?
Yep.
Shorts?
Yeah. So they just did their Todd and Aaron Game of the Year awards.
Yeah. Because I remember when after we watched Evangelion, I watched their review or one of the guys' review on it, and it was really great. I also remember their fucking Black Panther video, which is really funny.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. No, I was gonna say because there's a reference to not a reference. They give an award to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I'd be very curious what you think about it. It's a quick joke, but it's very funny.
I'd have to see it. But yeah, I could go on. I'll go on for it, but that's why you need to be on your Xenoblade podcast.
I also need to just beat Xenoblade 3.
Get me and fucking Epo on there. Or Epic, sorry. It's an Epo.
Man, your next one makes me sad.
The next one I got was because I believed. I really did. but they failed me once again. Is Hollow Knight Silk Song. That game is never coming out.
It's literally. I don't even feel like it's coming out this year, even though they've told us it's coming out this year.
Wait,
No,
which
it's
game?
not. Because they told us that before. It's not coming out until 2024, guaranteed.
Which game?
Silk Song.
Silk Song? Oh, that game's never coming out, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Some asshole decided to lock me in for that. So I got zero. Also, Xenoblade 3 had 88-18. I wish it would have gotten 90. I think it deserved that.
Nah, man.
Also,
Go full ham. Should have been
won.
98. Imagine Xenoblade 3 getting a 98.
that would have been great. It should have won Music of the Year. Or
Oh, like at the Game Awards? It was worth it at least that we got Flute Guy, though. If Xenoblade wasn't nominated, we never would have got Flute Guy.
Crazy.
yeah, but it's like... This should have been more, man. There's like... That's...
But, like, you gotta remember, the whole thing with Game Awards is, remember, who's voting on it is all the normies at all the, like, press outlets and stuff who, like... Remember, Xenoblade is a game that, like, when sites like IGN and GameXplain and all these other companies, when they get codes for Xenoblade, they pawn it off to the freelancers. Like, no one on their staff cares about these games.
Yeah. It's just the music, though.
Oh, I know.
Just the whole thing with the music is, like, they literally made instruments for it. Like, it's fucking crazy. The next game after that was Atelier Sophie 2.
Yeah, I was surprised you picked that one.
Yeah, because it was coming out. And I was like, I think it's going to do well because of Rize did well.
Right. Rize, sorry. Because of Riza. Rize.
Riza? Wait, is it Riza?
Yes, it's Riza.
Oh, I always say Rize. It just sounds better.
No, that's your other game that you didn't get any points for, was the Rize game.
Yeah, the next game was Slime Ranchers 2, which is weird because isn't that paid early access too?
Yeah, I'm surprised that one didn't count.
Why didn't mine count?
So weird. I have no idea.
I don't even know what the reception is for that game. I've heard like no one talk about Slime Rancher 2.
I've heard
From what I've seen and from like people I played, they're like it's fun, but it needs to be a full game. That's about it. The next game, it's because I believed. Because again, with like Silk Song, these niggas said it was gonna come out last week. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to come out.
No, listen, man. If you're out there in the land of the China and you're out here saying your game's the hot shit, I understand. Well, I will say though, Stellar Blade. I don't know if you saw that demo they recently had at the like Hero China event thing. Like, it's looking good.
Yeah, like when I first saw that game. It was a long time ago. I saw a random like YouTube video of a game called Project Eve, and I was like, "Oh shit, this looks amazing." And it looks great. There's they still have the weird butt jiggle in there, but it'll be fine. But yeah, it's probably not coming out till this year. And
actually, forgive me, is Stellar Blade the China game, or it might actually be the South Korean game?
I think you're thinking about that PlayStation exclusive one.
Oh no, Stellar Blade is also PlayStation exclusive now. It's published by PlayStation.
Yeah, but there's the other one that was made by the one guy.
Yeah, I was like, you're thinking the Chinese game of the guy who made by one guy. That was on like Xbox or whatever.
Yes.
This one is produced by
Shift Up Corporation.
Yeah, I think they're Chinese. Yeah, they're Korean. Never mind.
All right, so no, Stellar Blade is the South Korean company. Oh, yeah. I should have remembered that because I remember at the State of Play or whatever where they showed off Stellar Blade again. I remember like people live streaming and I was watching reactions. Fucking god, dude! Like the amount of secondhand cringe I get when they were talking in their language, like they were speaking Korean, and people were like, "Oh, what? It's not Japanese. Maybe it's like a made-up near language." Like, no, it's Korean. It's just Korean.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, spicy Japanese.
I won't be naming names. Yeah, there were definitely like high-profile streamers who were like, "Oh, what's this near language they're speaking? I'm so interested."
Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
Not a Twitch ambassador herself.
How would you know? How would you know? That's all I think about when I hear Pokemon. I just think of the "How would you know" meme.
All right. The next game, which is a shame that it got such a low score, is Anno auto mutation him.
That's another one of I think that's a great game that just probably no one reviewed. Like that was a really great game, and also another awesome soundtrack.
Yeah, definitely. Really good art. You should get it. It's really great.
I think it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's 40% off right now on Steam. Get it. It's only $14. Get it now.
Buddy, you're funny to think I have money on me.
Hey, go suck a couple of dicks.
That's true. I think this member of the Buy Guys team did have to start a GoFundMe. I think he had to start a GoFundMe last night just for a Little Caesars. I may be wrong about this.
No, I used the rest of my money on that.
Thank you.
All $40.
Oh, hold on. Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
What is going on?
I want to keep that in just for the cat, just going like the reaction time on that was perfect. What the fuck are you doing?
I love that. What's that?
May, is the cat pawing your butt again?
No, she tried to knock down my green screen.
Not mid-show. We're using that.
The next game after that was Phantom Breaker Omnia.
You literally can't catch a break. Almost all your last ones are all just so sad.
Yeah, because it was like they're all anime games, but I was like, surely we're in a time where these will,
That next one's not an anime game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, you are aware why Phantom Breaker reviewed at a not reviewed, but released at an awful time, right?
Wait, no, why?
It released the same fucking day as Ultimax.
Oh.
And Ultimax already released on a terrible day.
Yeah, okay.
What did Ultimax release on?
It was right after Elden Ring, but like right before like a bunch of the stuff in March, so you were having like post Horizon, pre-Tokyo, post Tiny Teen. Like there was just a bunch of games coming out like in March. It was like March was crowded.
Had just gotten announced.
Yeah, like it was a bunch of stuff had been happening. It was a terrible time to release like a tiny like digital only game.
And then after that, I had high hopes for it. It was House of the Dead remake. Got a 61.1, negative 8.9 points. Don't know why I did bad. It was a good game.
Did you play the Switch one or the PC one?
Oh, okay.
All of those reviews are the Switch version, and the Switch one was the worst version of it, which I think might be why it was so low.
Well, that really sucks.
Do we get Typing of the Dead back?
I'm sure that'll be modded in.
Why didn't they focus on that? That'd be really fun if they just did more typing.
Because the company who's remaking all those is currently remaking 3 different Panzer Dragoons, 3 different front mission games, and trying to do House of the Dead Remake 1 and 2.
I thought they already did Panzer 1.
They did Panzer 1. They're also trying to do Zwei, Saga, and there's a rumor that they're working on a brand new Panzer.
Wait, they're trying to remake the RPG one?
They're trying. Emphasis on trying. Like, hence why these games usually kind of come out feeling budget as fuck.
You know what they should make instead of that? They should remake 7th Cross Evolution.
I was so worried you were going to say 7th Dragon. That at least makes more sense, yes.
I thought 7th... Wait, didn't 7th Dragon get, like, a recent game? Or was that... Am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of Shining. Shining something got that, not 7th Dragon. 7th Dragon we haven't seen since 3rd on 3DS.
Wait, hold on.
I miss the 3DS. Every day of my goddamn life.
Let me tell you right now, you're not missing out on much. 3DS, it's good where it's at. Buddy, you can stay right there.
You can stay in your seat, not going anywhere.
Wait, no, we did get a game. Or am I...
Yeah, we got games all year, dumbass.
Hold on. Oh, never mind. Yeah, 3rd was the last one. Okay, shut up.
So I'm gonna make an exception. Torrin rightfully got hosed. I don't think that Cuphead DLC should have counted as a campaign worthy of getting points. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, I legitimately view that as its own game. It's that much content. Yeah. I think you got hosed on that. Yeah,
definitely. I was really pissed off when I came back and saw that.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
No, because it is. Because
Dude,
Cuphead is like
Cuphead is like $5 DLC versus Sunbreak, which is like a $40 video game.
it's
Fuck you.
literally just another game put inside of it. Like, eat my ass. It got an 86.3. That would have been like what?
26 points.
20-something odd points, yeah.
For 86?
Yeah, 20. It's 1 point for everything after 70, so you would have gotten 26 points.
Fuck, man.
Hey, did you guys know that the Zero Escape games are on Game Pass? I'm just learning about it.
And every Danganronpa also.
That I knew. That one I did know.
Did you know that Resident Evil 4 Remake didn't come out this year? Or next
Did you
year?
know that thinking that was coming out this year is one of the funniest things you've ever fucking done?
Oh, okay. First of all, I thought it was gonna, because that's what the fucking leak said. The leak was like,
Leon!
Everything off the list. That's your fuck up.
like, and it did. It didn't. They got announced last year, but
May, I've got bad news for you. That Goro Akechi spinoff might not be coming anytime soon either.
that what?
Like there was a shitty rumor last year that the next Persona 5 game was going to be a Goro Akechi spinoff.
Like, what are those games?
Yeah,
Right? Edgeworth games?
That's a rumor. I mean, this was an actual leak, the Capcom leak that had.
True,
like,
yeah, that's a good point. I forgot. I thought you were going off the Nvidia leak. No, yeah, the Capcom leak did say otherwise.
Like, and it even talked about the Mega Man Network collection, but that's not coming out till this year. And it's like they fucked me over with that. I tried to beat it with the stocks information and lost.
I'm gonna need you to explain. By the way, at what point of desperation did you just go, oh fuck it, and then just got F1?
It's because we had to get one of the requirements was a sports game.
Oh, forgot about that. I do like though that literally the fact that nothing else comes after your last one just cements the fact that I started this list and I never wanted to touch it after.
And then the last one was actually this wasn't the last pick because I did this before. It was Three Hopes because I had hopes in it, and it kind of got somewhere.
Three Hopes, one of like the best modern warrior games. Very good game. It's better than Three Houses in my opinion.
One of the best.
I've yet to finish Three Houses.
The only good Warriors game is Strikers.
Are you trying to make me kick you off the show? I don't want to have a Ned moment. We just started our trio. We can't already have a breakup.
Oh no. Well, they didn't break up. He's just gone and probably divorced.
I like to imagine, because I know he'll never listen this far to get here, I imagine if the Bye Guys were a group of four, I imagine Dylan would be the Ned of the group. That's what I've always thought.
My God, what the fuck is your problem?
That's fucking crazy.
My God, you don't gotta do him like that. Jesus. He's not even here to defend himself.
Well, you didn't. You never gave me the update on the Rim Ram.
He has yet to fucking respond to me.
Yeah, I'm just fucked up.
Do you think anyone to like bring the joke full circle? Do you think anyone in Ned's life, Ned from the Try Guys, like when he got caught doing what he was doing, do you think anyone in his friend group did the smug thing we talked about earlier of the knew it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because
damn well.
that was one of my favorite things of like when someone gets caught with another coworker and everyone immediately just has this laundry list of moments where they all were like very clearly hooking up in the background, which I always find funny because it like reminds me of moments in my life I've had of like finding out someone was cheating on me and everyone else knew but no one told me. I was like, I'm sorry, was this a hard thing for you to tell me during the moment?
Guys, it wasn't that difficult to let me know, please.
Yeah, but like his life, I had nothing after that.
Jesus.
My God.
And I had 3 more spaces left, and I just couldn't. I was more focused on other important shit, so I just didn't have any other games to pick.
You were going through the hardest game of 2022, surviving.
Yeah. And then so you guys took some of my games, like Torrin took Soul Hackers 2, you little bitch ass. You took Scarlet and Violent.
Yeah, I like the ones you're the most mad about is the guy who stole 2 points and the guy who stole 6 points.
You also took Chrono Cross.
Another deep cut of 5 points I took from you.
And then, yeah. He also took... he didn't take it from me, but I wasn't expecting Persona 5 Royal, because I swear one of the rules is that we couldn't get ports.
I'm chalking that up on Fantasy Critic. Shouldn't have counted that, but I also didn't care enough because I was like, I knew it wasn't going to make a difference. So I gave him his.
Fuck you if I got Cuphead. Fuck you.
Yeah, I gave him his pity points. That's really
I'm gonna
what it
fucking
meant.
kick your ass next time I see you.
So
So
yeah, I didn't have anything, and then I counterpicked Dragon Ball: The Breakers, got 12 points for that, and then I counterpicked Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and got 8 points taken off of that.
Everything I counterpicked didn't come out this year or came out and upset me.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You counterpicked it, so it was locked in, and I couldn't change it.
Yeah, which is the best part.
Which was every game that I picked.
I know what May's game of the year is, but I was thinking about this recently while we were doing the show. Torrin, what would you say is your personal pick for game of the year?
I played a lot of games this year, I'll be honest. And I think you would expect me to say Elden Ring, and as much as I like Elden Ring, I don't think it's my personal game. It's up there, I'll give it that. I don't know, it's a hard one. I want to say Neon White. I want to say Midnight Suns. I want to say Marvel Snap. Those are all 3 games I can say I've played continuously this year, even though Marvel Snap came out like a month ago. Marvel Snap is the greatest mobile game of all time. You cannot change my mind.
Wow, it's a really long way to say I've not played Vampire Survivors. That's interesting.
Oh, Vampire Survivors is another good one. I totally forgot about Vampire Survivors. Fuck, dude, it's so hard to pick this year, man. I'm gonna say Neon White for now.
That's a good pick. Neon White is great. Never forget.
Made
by the guy who did Donut County. He was like, what should I do next? Donuts? Neon White.
Great game, great storytelling, great music. Got me into Machine Girl. Machine Girl makes amazing music.
There's a really funny story that Ben Esposito, the dev who did Neon White, told. So he originally was doing Neon White where there wasn't going to be any animations for the guns. It was just going to be there were not going to be any guns. You would just be firing whatever card you had. And then he realized it looked so weird not having a gun, especially moving so fast and getting different cards, that it felt like something was broken in the game, that he basically was like, alright, well, I tried to cheap out on it, so I'm just going to have to add in these guns now.
Game's got great humor. I got Citizen Sleep. I heard that one's supposed to be really amazing.
Citizen Sleep is good. I feel like May, have you heard of Signosis? I feel like you would like Signosis.
Signalis, you mean?
Is either Signalis or Signosis.
May was telling me about Signalis. Signalis earlier, right? Right, May? The cat's
currently set the house on fire behind.
Oh shit! I forgot to unmute. Say that question again.
I feel like you would like Signalis.
I did. I streamed the game non-stop.
Perfect.
Like, that game is fucking amazing.
Do you think I would like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like Silent Hill 2?
Well, you know that answer.
I don't know. Is that yes?
That's a hell yeah.
Okay, then you'll love fucking Signalis because it takes a lot from Silent Hill. Like, it's Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2 and 4 specifically, Resident Evil, the classic ones. Has a tiny bit of
I've heard like a little bit of Metal Gear.
Shell. Has a little bit of Metal Gear in the sense of like some the way that the cutscenes are presented, and like the way they like talk to each other. It's not a lot of talking, but it's like some of the things that they say. And then it has a little bit of Xenoblade in it, or Xenogears, I would say, which is really fucking crazy.
So the ending of the game, they just give up, and then it turns into a visual novel.
Nah, but like the ending's great. Like the other endings as well are great, except for one of them. One of them is kind of trash because it's very vague and.
I'm gonna recommend to you, by the way. I know you're not really big into like physical stuff. highly recommend at least looking up the Japanese Switch box art for Signalis. It is the only Japanese box art I've ever seen that has a perfect use of the Switch's red logo. It looks really, really good.
It didn't even show up.
But yeah, that is it, everybody. That was hilariously long. What was supposed to be a short episode, I think, turned into now 3 hours of shit I'm going to have to edit. But it was a blast catching up with you guys and getting the show on. Before...
We also have that additional pre-show we got.
Oh boy, yeah, those bloopers are staying in the vault. Those are going and staying in the Disney vault, let me tell you. But, yeah, so before we get out of here and everything, I want to give a huge shout out to the SMTN Patreon people as always. So thanks to everyone who goes and supports the show. You can go to patreon.com/SMTN, donate the show, donate to the show to get giveaways, early access, other things like that for $1 or more. Or if you want to be extra, extra helpful, you can donate $5 and more a month to be an executive producer, or you get all the other perks, plus I get to say your name, or most likely butcher your name at the end of every episode. So, big shout-outs to all the executive producers, Jagingus, Budweiser Tall Cans, Carlos Hernandez, Contraband, Cross Renren, Dr. Luma, K-Horse, Patrick Dissart, Philip Meyer, Solaire, and Cameron Sharp. Thank you all so much, and everyone else for keeping the lights on. Whether you check out the show on YouTube or all the other places like that, it is super, super appreciated. Also, something I've not really actively talked about, but I think just with my schedule, I need to just make this a permanent change. I think for 2023 in the foreseeable future, SMTN is going to move from its Tuesday upload days to weekend uploads, which will mean hopefully a new episode by Friday, or at the very least, you'll definitely get an episode by Sunday. Just because with my days off and everything, Tuesday has been... I've done so many shows where I'm literally finishing shows on my way to work on a Tuesday morning, where I've just been like, why am I doing this on Tuesday? So, gonna move that to the weekends in the new year, and hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass too much, but want to do at least kind of give a bit of a heads up. But Torrin, where do you want people to find you and stalk you online?
I'll be honest, when you said you were going to move, I thought you were going to be like, oh, we're moving to Mixer now?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's time to mix it up.
Mix it up, baby. Check me out on Chatterbait, chatterbait.com/SMTN for all of our live shows.
Well, fuck. Don't follow me, dude. What is I don't even know my Twitter handle, dude.
It's at Lena the Plug on Twitter.
Yes, at Lena the Plug. I also host the No Jumper podcast.
Let me tell you, by the way, May, if you don't like the guy who's on that show, you should check out everyone who's on the No Jumper podcast, because it's just him and all of his shitty friends. It's imagine that guy and who would he hang out with.
That's so gross. But your Twitter handle is tman0118.
Yeah, there you go.
So May, you're a little more active on the plugcast. Where can we find you online?
Shut the fuck up.
On the plugcast, I'm going to plug myself right after this. Well, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at MayLaFay. And yeah, I usually stream. Well, I have a new schedule now. I'm going to be streaming Friday to Sunday.
Non-stop, no breaks, just marathons.
Yeah, just marathon streams every week. And I'm going to be next Friday. I'm going to be doing what is it? Fucking Zero Escape 999, because I've never played that one.
Please tell me you were playing the Nonary games for 999.
The what?
It's the HD version with voice acting.
Yeah. The one on Steam.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
You mean the one on Game Pass?
No, because I've had these games for a long time. I just haven't played them yet.
Note to self: I also got to go back and beat VLR.
But I beat that on the Vita, and then I just never played any of the other ones.
Whoa! Don't mention that here.
Oh.
Yeah, I mentioned it on stream, and they got on me. They were like, "You never played the first one." No, no.
Oh, I meant the Vita.
Because
I mentioned the
at the
Vita
time,
here.
at the time, it wasn't known that 999 and Zero Escape were
That was one of the funniest things of, like, I don't know whose decision it was to include VLR with 999. It just only looked weird on the Vita, because now on my Vita collection I have 999 and VLR in a combo pack, VLR on its own, and then Zero Time Dilemma.
Yeah. And we don't talk about that one.
Speaking of great trilogy enders, check out Zero Time Dilemma.
Check out Xenoblade 3. That's a great one.
Fuck. What do I have? Check out Disco Elysium: The Final Cut.
Well, didn't everyone in there get caught for being like a neo-Nazi and all got fired or something for collusion?
No. I think it got bought out, and then the boss who bought it out fired everyone or put them in like psychiatric ward or something. That whole situation's fucked.
Man, we can't have anything nice in Ukraine these days. Well, am I right, fellas?
They fucked me over this year.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for listening. Hopefully, if there's a miracle out there, you're listening to this on New Year's Day. If I'm lucky and able to get this rendered and edited in time. But May and Torrin, thanks for the last 3 hours of debauchery. I can't wait to see how pissed off Mary is when I finish the episode.
Tell her I love her.
I will.
All right, yeah.
And we'll see you next week for a special episode of the podcast, the pre-299 episode. It'll be a special before the special. So goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.